beautiful people, it's Rola here and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be talking to you about time management. Universities have resumed now mostly online, and now we are wondering how to balance schoolwork or academics with other areas of our lives that we probably got involved to or enjoyed during the lockdown. Or you're not a student, you have work and you have business, you have so many things on your plate, and you're wondering, how do I balance all these things? How do I get all these things done within the 24 hours? Can I get an extension? How do I do all these things? And you feel stressed, you feel burnt out, always missing deadlines, always rushing, and it's like, I need more time. In this video, we'll be talking about time management. But first, what is time management? Time management is the process of organizing and planning how to divide your time between specific activities. So yes, that's what we'll be doing in this video. So get your pen and your notebook and let's get into the planning process. Guys, I'm not an expert, okay? I just love to share the things I learned with you guys, and these are things that I've practice that has helped me manage my time properly, and I'm sharing with you out of the abundance of my love for you. The first thing I do is to write down different aspects of your life. So if you're a student, write your academics, your spiritual growth, your personal growth, your relationships. Just write out the different aspects of your life that require your attention, things that you really want to do, things you are involved in, the activities, the areas of your life you are involved in. You can write them according to priority or anyhow you like. After doing that, you have 168 hours a week. So one thing I like to do is to categorize how many hours do I want to give to each task or each area of my life. For example, if you have a 9-to-5 job, that's like 40 hours in a week. If you go to school, calculate the amount of hours you spend per day, and the amount of hours calculated in the week, how much you want to give it per week, how much hours you want to spend studying. Just do the math and give each activity set hours that you want to. Just estimate the amount of hours you want to give it per week. Another thing I do is I have this timetable where I write down each day of the week. So it's just basically a timetable where you have like each hour of the day, 24 hours. I started at 5 to 6 a.m. and I stopped at 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. So just write the timetable anyhow you like, Monday to Sunday, and you fix your activities into any time you want to give it. It's just basically like having a schedule, having a plan for your life. But there's something I do, like if you have so many areas of your life that need your attention, so many things you want to do on a daily basis, and you need to give them equal attention, you need to invest time into each part of this activity. One thing I like to do is to set days for each area. For example, you go to school, you go to work every day. There are also some things, and your priority, my own priority, my spiritual growth, I need to spend time with God, I need to study my Bible every day. But I set out the weekend for intense Bible study. So I know on Saturday at so time I want to study the Bible in depth, or by Sunday time I want to spend more time with God at this time. Or you can also put that if you are anything you're into, you can put probably you want to code on Monday, Wednesday and Saturday, 3 hours on each day. So just set out days for each area of your life that okay, on this day I want to focus on my personal growth, I want to read books this day, I want to listen to podcasts this day. Even though you can still find 30 minutes to give them on every day, probably you want to read for 30 minutes every day, but you still find a day where you want to focus on this area of your life. You want to sit down and plan and really focus on that area. The next thing is to get a to-do list. Yes, so I have my journal where I just write down my plans, I break down my goals. If you've not watched my video on goal setting, do check my series on goal setting where I talked on why you should set goals, how to set goals, practical ways to set goals, and strategies to help you accomplish your goals for 2021. So if you've not done that, do check that video after this one. When I wrote my goals, I broke them down into monthly goals I want to accomplish each month, and on my bullet journal I have a section, a spread where I wrote down my goals for January. Then I know that to accomplish these goals I need to break them down into daily habits, and I incorporate that into my day. So when you're writing a to-do list, I love to plan my to-do list a week ahead. So for example, on Sunday evening I sit down and I plan what are the things I want to do this week, and I put them into each day of the week. So plan a week ahead. That helps you do the necessary task. You don't just do anything that comes along the way. And when you're planning your to-do list, we have the urgent task, the task that need your attention right now, the important task, the task that They are important and a necessary task, the tasks that are necessary, that align with the goals you have set for yourself. So I like to put my necessary task first on my to-do list. Then the night before that day, probably on Monday evening, I can put the important task for Tuesday. Once you plan your to-do list ahead of time, you are deliberate to do the necessary things and you don't just do anything as the day goes or as the wind blows. When the bridge comes, you cross it and stuff. So you're more deliberate with how you spend your time. Another thing, when I'm writing my to-do list, a time frame. For example, if you write on a to-do list that you want to study, put a time frame. You want to study from 12 to 2 p.m. So that really helps me to just be really conscious of my time. I know that once I'm done with one task, I go and check my to-do list. What is the next task this hour? And I cannot just afford to get distracted in between hours. So I create time for each task. Once I'm done with this task, this is the next thing I'm doing. This is the next thing I'm doing. Mind you, body know before I would, you're human. So when you're writing your to-do list, set time for breaks. Another thing that helps me is just having a journal, having a physical journal that I can hold with my hands and I can write down, because it registers better in my head. Once I have my phone, there are times when I just want to keep my phone away, and once everything is just on my phone, I would easily get distracted by the phone. So I have the journal where I write all my plans, I break down my goals, and I write down the practical steps that I want to take, things I want to do every day. So just having a physical book, don't write it in a sheet of paper where you can easily get lost or misplaced and start finding this, start looking for this. So get a notebook, get something that you can always refer to. If you can't carry it, and you can also decide to back it up on your phone because it's mobile. Just have it written down, sit down and write and plan. It registers better in your brain. Another thing that helps me is to set timer. So now that you have already set time frame for each task, I like to set timer. So for example, you want to watch Netflix, I'll set timer for 15 minutes. I know that I have to finish. Once I know that the timer is ticking, the clock is ticking, I'm conscious of the time and I increase my speed with that task. I increase my speed, and most times and over time, once you keep doing that over time, you get to finish certain task before your timer even rings or something. So set time, have a timer. I like set timer, set alarm clock. I have alarm at specific times and remind me, okay, at this time, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And also have people that can hold you accountable. Probably you have this major thing you want to do or this deadline you want to meet. Tell someone. One thing I did, I have a friend who I share my to-do list with the things I want to do, and during the day, especially if we see each other online, we check up on one another. Okay, have you done this on your list? Have you done this on your list? And then over time, when you're conscious that, oh, I have to give account for the things that I've done, you know you need to get working, because my friend is doing something and I'm here playing or getting distracted. So you're just having a community or people or someone you are accountable to, someone you can trust, that you're accountable to, that would help you, that you're basically accountable to. In this life, you cannot be alone, you need accountability. Even Jesus did not work alone, so who are you to work alone? Get people that you can be accountable to. How to not get distracted during breaks. One thing I like, especially with our phones and our mobile phones and social media, one thing I do is once I want to start scrolling or I want to chat or something, get up, stand up on your feet. Don't sit down in a comfortable position where you can just relax and be scrolling. So get up on your feet, and then you are more conscious of the time you spend standing with your phone. So that's how I get rid of distractions at times. Turn off notifications. If you are working, put your phone away or anything that would distract you. And once you put time for each task, you are more deliberate on how you spend your time, and you would most likely not get easily distracted. So these are a few things I do to plan my time between specific activities. If you have any question or anything that confused you along the way that you didn't really understand, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to interact with you in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like. Thank you for coming to the end of this video. Thank you for watching and sticking with me to the end. You're the real G.